So it's time. It's time to raise your prices. Hey, this is Pretty Kitty. Thank you so much for joining in my channel again. And I'm going to talk about a really sensitive topic for some artists. And that is when they realize it's time to raise their prices. All right, so here's two scenarios. You're flooded with commissions. You're like, oh my God, I have so many clients. I have so many people that want to work with me. Great. But I can make more money if I charge a little bit more. Or the other scenario is you're flooded with commissions and you feel like people are taking advantage of you, or people are really demanding, or there's a lot of other things that could be going on with your situation. And you realize that either A, you leveled up in your art, or B, you're ready to start charging more. Or are you? So you realize, or someone makes you realize that you need to charge more for your work. In my case, my sister years ago, like 6 years ago, when I started with commissions, she's like, you need to charge more. She looked at me, she looked at my stuff, she looked at like how much I was charging, and she just gave me that look like, you need to start charging more. What's wrong with you? And it took me like 6 years to get to the price range that I'm at now. It took me 6 years of practice. It took me 6 years of a little bit of self-esteem growing. And it took me about 6 years of just realizing that if you charge yourself confidently, you'll be okay. So raising prices. What's the reason? Why should I raise my prices? Well, number one is you'll be appreciated a little bit more. And this means financially. In one case, it's financial. Financially, you're more appreciated. You have more money. And when your goal, or when the icing on the cake is having more money or being paid to do what you love, then yeah, it's worth it. Another reason is you'll be seen a little bit more differently. You'll be seen as higher quality so long as your artwork matches your prices. That reasoning alone it's substantial enough. Want to have that quality of your artwork. Like you want to, for me, with Pretty Kitty commissions, even with my color choices and my stylistic choices, what I want for my artwork is I want to have a feeling that you're getting something high quality from me. That's why I chose and made those decisions for my prices. When it comes to what you want to be perceived as, that is what you have to take into the account. Pricing is almost everything. No matter what you're doing for your prices, you want to make sure that you work just as hard, if not harder, especially when you raise your prices. It's going to be difficult. I know it is. It's hard to tell your existing clients like, hey, my prices are going up. And if you are on an art website or like an art community, posting a journal saying, yeah, my prices are being raised is a lot easier than just outright telling your clients email to email or even face to face saying, yeah, my prices have, doubled or gotten higher or significantly higher. So raising prices, it's scary. I know it is. I've done it plenty of times. It's really scary having to raise your prices, but you'll feel a lot better in the long run. You'll feel like you're a little more appreciated. You'll have more control. When you raise your prices, you'll also be able to filter out clients that don't meet your needs. And that's okay. That's okay to put yourself first in these sort of environments. You want to be able to focus all of your attention on clients that actually are worth your time. And I don't mean to be mean when I say this, but there are some people out there that you just either you have to tolerate working with because you need the money, or you don't want to work with, but you have to because, again, you need the money. So a couple of tips to raising your prices. Looking at what other people are charging is one way of doing that. One way of figuring out how you should price your artwork. This is a hit or miss because if you are on any art community such as Fur Affinity or DeviantArt, you will probably see a lot of artists completely undercharging themselves. So you have to take that in with a grain of salt. You have to literally look at your pricing and say, is this worth it? Is dealing with a client's request, dealing with revisions, going back and forth, having your potential ideas shot down, is that worth how much I'm being paid for? I'll answer that question for me right now. No. I'm still not happy with my prices. I am not, but I know that when I start getting better and when I start improving a little bit more, every so often I'll start raising my prices just a little bit. Actually, I just finished raising my prices just a smidge. For example, my paintings are about $110 for one character, full body painting, and I just raised them to $120. My portraits were $65, now they're $70. Another way of thinking about your pricing is it's always a work in progress. You can start off low, but here's the key word. You can start off low. Start off low and then get higher and higher and higher until you are satisfied about how much you're getting paid. For those who are taking commissions as a hobby, disregard this entire video. This is for those who are a little bit more serious with trying to get more out of their commissions and getting more out of their time. You can get paid pennies or you can get paid something where you're satisfied with. I think that's all I have for today. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on my commission pricing and different avenues like that in future videos. If you have any questions or comments about pricing or anything else on that matter, please let me know in the comments below. I really want to hear your thoughts and I really want to hear what you have to say. Thank you again so much, and I'll catch you next week.